Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Woohoo! The top of the
It
seven
turned
right
it off
now. There
early.
you go.
The countdown turned off early. Sorry.
I should always look at the countdown. Always. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, welcome. There is Mira live from the airport. And I am here in the office. Oh, what a day. What a beautiful day here in Kelowna. How's it going, Mira?
Oh, it's a crazy day. There was some kind of 1 hour backup on the one Kelowna bridge. So we're at the airport still.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
having a bonus
Mira,
sleepover with our guests.
I have
Yeah,
a
that's
beautiful glass of 2014 of Sette Coppa from D'Angelo waiting for you.
I can't wait. That's
Okay.
awesome.
So you drive safe. I'm going to handle the whole show my own, okay? Because I think I may be able to do that. So,
Sounds great.
okay, you drive safe. You get home safe. Oh, that's a beautiful flower,
That's
you
so
big
nice.
man.
Thank you, Cedric. Well, cheers. I hope you guys enjoy Wine
So,
Wednesday. Have fun.
save that flowers because it's pretty darn sexy right there. Okay,
Thank
happy Wine
you.
Wednesday. You get your butt home safe, and we'll see you
Yeah,
when we get back. I have a great glass of wine for you waiting for you, okay?
can't wait. Can't wait.
Okay, we'll see you later. Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members, welcome. We are here live from the office, live from the studio. Welcome to our happy hour Wine Wednesday. Uh, we had a little bit of a situation here in the Boucher household. That is just so funny. Uh, we had a guest over. We were supposed to be at the airport, but everything got canceled. There you go. So Mira is not with me. I am on my own, just like a big boy, just like at the beginning. I don't know if you remember, almost a year ago now. I used to do these live on my own all the time. Obviously, we improved through the month, and now Mira is joining me on a weekly basis. But today I will be on my own. I hope you won't miss Mira too much, but I promise that I will bring her back at the worst next Wednesday, but maybe before that. Okay. So we had a couple of impromptu live that happened this week. Yesterday we were at D'Angelo Estate Winery live for a few minutes because we visited with Sal and Stephanie. What a great time. I can't wait to recap all that with you. We had a little impromptu as well late last week on Friday when we were at Black Market Wine Company with Rob Amersley. So we had a few lives like that as well. But I would like to welcome all of our members from across the country, all of the people who are listening to us across the country. Victoria, all of the islands, also the mainland, Vancouver, Surrey, um, the Fraser Valley, also the Okanagan. Now, all of our neighbors here in West Kelowna, people from Calgary, all of the Mountain Time Zone, Edmonton, Alberta, Saskatchewan, are great members in Ontario because you guys must know Sal D'Angelo. There you go. Gail just tuned in from Kanata. If I'm not mistaken, Kanata is right on the outskirts of Ottawa, I believe. So, Gail, welcome. And yeah, so all of our people in the Eastern time zone, the people from Québec, bonjour, tout le monde au Québec, la belle région de l'Estrie, les cantons de l'Est, la région des vins du Québec, l'île d'Orléans, la belle ville de Québec, où c'est que j'ai passé plusieurs années. Ensuite, je voulais dire un beau bonjour à les régions de Chicoutimi, la Gaspésie, partout au Québec, Nouveau-Brunswick aussi, tout le monde en français, le nord de l'Ontario, les gens de Winnipeg, tout le monde en français, un beau bonjour, un bon après-travail, un bon after-hour. Oh, Mira's back. She's back.
No, sorry, my internet cut out. Don't mind me.
Okay, we won't. I'm just saying hi to everybody here. We're just in French. So, en français. Donc, aujourd'hui, on va parler bien. Also, I want to say hi to all of our people from the Eastern time zone, also the Eastern provinces, people from Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland. Like, we have some great members out there, some great group purchase happening in these little regions. So people are getting together, put a bunch of big wine orders together. We ship that out there. It is absolutely outstanding to see what's going on in the eastern provinces. How to fight these shipping constraint. You know what? That's a great idea. We have some people in Newfoundland, like there's like 4 or 5, sometimes 10 orders all coming together to save on shipping. Wineries love it because it's just one package going out. And so there's always a way when we can, how we can find to make the process easy and cheaper for our members. So that's what we work toward it. Je voulais dire un beau bonjour en français. Maman, Diane, un beau bonsoir. J'espère que tout se passe bien dans la région de Victoriaville. On a du beau Riesling que je suis en train de vous trouver pour vous autres. Là, ma mère est en train de découvrir les Riesling. Puis guess what? Je suis en plein dans le même mood en plus de ça de ce temps. Ça fait 4 ou 5 Riesling absolument fantastiques que j'ai goûté dans les dernières semaines. Ça a commencé avec Intersection, que le Riesling était absolument incroyable. Ensuite, j'ai goûté à O'Rourke Vineyard d'ici de l'Okanagan ensuite. 13th Street la semaine passée, le Riesling June Vineyard, très très bon. Swan, le meilleur que j'ai goûté cette année, de l'Ontario également, le Robert. So, moi aussi, je suis dans un mood de Riesling dernièrement, en train de découvrir. Ça n'a jamais été un sorte de raisin qui m'a vraiment attiré. Puis là, de plus en plus, je suis en train d'apprécier la complexité, la minéralité. Ensuite, toutes ces belles choses. Donc, là, ma mère qui est en train de me passer des commandes privées pour plus de Riesling. Je Colin, bon là, s'il faut que je fasse ça, il faut que je découvre les Riesling aussi. Puis là, j'ai ma femme Mira en même temps qui est en train de découvrir tout ce beau monde de Riesling-là. Donc, alerte à tout le monde. On est à la recherche de grands Riesling à travers le pays. Mais je veux vous montrer un petit quelque chose. Je viens de recevoir ça. Là, non, ma lumière est mal placée. Oh, here you go. Bellaterra, c'est le Wild Ferment Riesling que je viens de trouver de Bellaterra. Mon chum Marcel Morgenstern au vignoble vient m'envoyer ça. Donc, on va goûter à ça très bientôt. We are now planning our new summer offer with Bellaterra. So we're selecting like just a few red, but mostly white, so people can get in the summer mode and summer mood with Bellaterra. So we're working on something new. You guys gonna get that by early next week. Many things that I wanted to I think that I want to talk today. So what is the schedule for today? Okay, here what we have. We're going to talk mostly about D'Angelo Estate Winery. This beautiful estate that Sal D'Angelo purchased on the Nurramada bench. I would say now, probably 15 years ago, Sal, as a veteran farmer from Ontario, from Essex County, Armsburg, in Ontario, decided at some point that he was sick and tired of paying tax too much in Ontario and was looking for a piece of land in BC and found what the bench has to offer and was part of some of the first in the growth of right in the midst of the bench. So I spent the day, not the whole day, but a part of the afternoon with Sal yesterday at the estate. Just an impromptu. I was just dropping off the, we always do the flyers with the offers, right? And we were a little late on the printing, so we decided to go drop it off personally. And we got there, and Sal just jumped off the his tractor and just walked by, and like we started to chat, and Mira started to chat with Stephanie D'Angelo, Sal's daughter. She runs the whole retail and the whole guest house, and she mostly runs the operation at D'Angelo Estate Winery. So, and the little boy Luca had just come out of the wine, they just come out of the house and started to play with our boys. And anyway, at the end of the day, we were there for 3 hours. We were supposed to be a stop of it, a 10-minute stop, and so spent 3 hours. There was a lifetime conversation. There was a conversation of a lifetime. Like, for me, being there on the estate at the farm, like Sal called, he doesn't call that a winery, he calls it a farm, because he's a farmer deep inside, and in his guts, in his soul, he's a farmer. And I don't know how many times that he talked about farm, and rarely mentioned the he rarely mentioned in wineries or retail or anything like that. He talks about farming, he talks about the farm, he talks about the grapes, he talks about the canopies, the trellis. So it was an absolutely blessing for me to be there and to chat with a passionate man, talking about the land, talking about the past, because we had such a lot, like at least half of that conversation was part of the Ontario wine country. So it was absolutely awesome. So today, that's the feature that we're doing this week. We're featuring D'Angelo Estate Winery, and I'm thrilled in a sense that, because I know that many of our members knows the name of D'Angelo from his past in Ontario, because Sal used to own I think he was mentioning 3 or 4 farms in Ontario, was one of the great, but he won the 1999 King Grapes, the King Grape grower in Ontario in '99. So he was very well established, has a very strong name, strong reputation back in Ontario, and he built something fantastic here in BC. So we're going to talk about the 6 wines we have available, and a fun story about what I am tasting today, and I'm going to review with you a little later on. This is the Sette Coppa 2014. This is the library released, and we'll tell you what Sal told me yesterday afternoon. I was like, oh, I was laughing. He's a heck of a character. So yeah, so I'm tasting today the 2014 Sette Coppa. I already reviewed the 17 earlier this year, or late last year, I believe, like during Christmas season when I was doing my everyday wine tasting. So I already tasted the 17. The review is out. This is my own review. I give it a 93 points for the 97 for the 2017. Big, bold, juicy, tannic. This is it. Like I called it when I reviewed it, an absolute monster. So I decanted this one an hour and a half ago to give it some breathing, gentle decanting, but still, this is another tightly knit Bordeaux style blend Meritage here. This is the 2014. So we're going to review the whole wine, the whole 6 wine. After that, I want to talk a little bit about the Bellaterra, what I got, and I want to talk a little bit about next week, because next week we have something pretty cool coming up, and I want to touch base about Black Market Wine Company as well. So our friends in Caledon with Rob Amersley. So here we are. Just want to say hi to all of our people who are tuning in. Gail is in from Canada. Mira was here from the airport. So Mike's going to be here soon. So also, that's what I want to talk about before we start anything. We're here in West Kelowna, and just so people know, we love to meet in person. So if any of our members or our regulars or whoever listening to me right now, you're visiting the wine country this summer, touch base with us. Let us know. Let us go wine touring with you. Let us introduce you to other people. If you're wine club members somewhere, we'll go with you, because we want to meet all of the wineries. We love people connections. So this weekend we have some club members who were coming in the country. They're going to be with us at our house for a couple of days this weekend. This is super cool. Some of our members that in Calgary, when we did our Canadian wine dinner series, they were part of every single wine dinner. The five that we've done at the Delta South Calgary, they were there. So now, almost becoming friends. So they're going to be with us this weekend. We're going to go wine touring. I know that they're a member at Checkmate, and they're also members at Phantom Creek. So they're taking us out there. We're also going to tour the Kelowna area on Saturday. So just putting together. But I wanted to say, Mike, the average wine enthusiast, Mike's going to be in town next week. Or very soon. So Mike and I are going to go touring as well. We're going to go visit Rob at Black Market. So for our enthusiasts, for our members who are listening right now, you want to come and tour the wine country? Contact us. Let us know. We love meeting with you guys. So looking forward to see you, Mike. I know you're tuning in today. And what you have to say here, you said the wine he is producing now is head and shoulder better than anything you produce here in Essex County. Mike, I agree with you. And one thing we have to keep in mind is the time were very different back then. If you remember, when he won the King Grape in 1999, it's 22 years ago. How better in general Canadian wines are now compared to 1999. So yes, if we compare now to then, it is not a fair comp, I believe. So yes, and he has a completely different terroir. As per his words yesterday, he was saying, Carl, I can grow what the fuck I want here. And it's not me swearing right now. I haven't sweared. It's just repeating Sal's words from yesterday. He said, from where I am here on the bench, I can grow whatever I want. This is my call. It's not about like what happened in Essex County 20 years ago where I had to go with what Mother Nature was giving me. No, here, that's why he has planted Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Viognier, Petit Verdot, Malbec, and a bit of Tempranillo. Now bringing more Tempranillo. So, and he's planting absolutely more big grape, like the Cab Sauv, and he's planting more. So I think but I think that, yeah, his words were great, saying that now I'm not restrained to what Mother Nature tells me to grow. I can grow what the F I want. And that's why he was dreaming about exiting all the tax burden of Ontario, but also to be free to grow some grapes and produce the meritage. He wanted to do Bordeaux grape. He couldn't do that properly back in Ontario. And when he settled on the bench, it's the first thing that he done. He planted Bordeaux grape varietal, the fifth grape there, and he started to play with that. So there you go. Here, I'm just looking at the comments here, because usually I have Mira doing that for me. Now I have to go and check here. Gail Butler said we have several wineries in our area, 2 of which are only 15 minutes from now. Oh, that is pretty cool. I really like to hear that. I didn't know there was winery in Kanata. So great to hear. Here, my mom is saying hi. Mike likes my video feeds better now. I love it. We've been trying to we're trying to move to improve. I just bought a new lights behind me, but I still working on the shading and everything. But yeah, Daryl's here. Carl looks low resolution, very impressionistic. Okay, huh? Yeah. Well, anyway, so lots of comments are coming through Facebook as well. But so what I wanted to tell you is if you have any comments about, I don't know who knows about Salvador D'Angelo. And when I told him his name was Sal, I told my son walk around, and I introduced him. I said, hey, son, come here. I would like you to meet with Sal. This is Sal D'Angelo. And I say, his real name is Salvador. And he looked at me. You look at my son, and he said, only my dad called me Salvador. Call me Sal. So I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So what I wanted to do right now, I would like to go through the whole lineup of wine that we have scheduled this week with D'Angelo Estate Winery. A brief recap of Sal's um, long career in farming, mostly growing grapes. Started all the way back in 1979. You wanted to find a farm to start to grow grapes. And finally, in '84, he planted his first grapes. 1989 was his first vintage. And between '89 and 2004, his career was mostly in Ontario. He purchased 3 different farms where he was producing, selling grapes, making his own wines, selling bulk wines. Uh, Learned a lot about the wine business, who were the big players, what was the way to make money, to reinvest in better vineyard sites, because you cannot, as a small little uh, person, you're not a corporation, you don't have the backing from big boys, and it's pretty much impossible to build a dream into like the way the big corporation will do, by buying a big land, buying equipment, buying vineyards, and producing wines high quality right away. It's not the real life. So Sal bought a little farm, planted some everything little bit by little bit, but at some point you need some cash flow. So he was producing bulk, very good bulk wine, to sell it to the big boys, to get the money, reinvest in the farm. At some point he was able to keep a little bit of these grapes, produce them, hold them back for a few years, because in his philosophy, you never release wine right away after bottling. It has to be held back couple 3 years before release. So like all of that philosophy, but Sal's business mind to always like try to get some cash flow in the bank so you can survive and buy a little bit more. Anyway, long story short, 2000 in the 2000, he had the dream to come to BC, found a piece of land, 13.5 acre, if I'm not mistaken, the first farm. He always calls it a farm. He never calls it a vineyard, never calls it a winery, always talking about the farm, farming. It's in his soul. And so 13.5 acre on the bench near a hillside estate where at that time, or where Vera, another immigrant from Czechoslovakia, had started. Lang Vineyard, another immigrant. So they were like part of the first one on the bench. Sal came a little bit on the late, but knew all the story and knew all of the people on the bench already, and planted his own grape on his 13.5 acre. After that, purchased, when he sold part of his holding in Ontario, purchased the neighbors, now was up to 27 acres. And now, I would say now 15 years in BC, he's purchasing another plot of land that where now he's replanting another. I said live yesterday it was 5 acres. I'm not exactly sure how big this, I think it's 5 to 7 acres that now he just got rid of the little hill in the middle of the new farm, and now he's planting. This year everything is getting flat. He's putting the new vines in at the end of the year, and it's a go for another expansion for his vineyard. So hopefully he can hit 3 to 5,000 cases soon, because last year Sal was sold out in September, when he has a very well-known wine writer flew from Ontario to come and taste his wine and stay at the guest house. He was there mid-September, and he got there and there was nothing to taste. All the wine were sold out and didn't have anything to taste. No new release. Everything was out. So, and like Sal said, for him, it's not about the money. It's about the legacy. It's about what he's leaving to his 3 children. So Stephanie is running the operation. Chris is now in the winemaking. He's doing the wine. They like him and Sal. And so Chris is taking over the farming and the winemaking. So it's a family affair. I absolutely enjoyed my time there. It's just like, to me, it's all about the true story of a family. Sal was born in the Abruzzo, and that's why he has a little bit of Montepulciano growing on his farm. It's just as a test, as a little memories for his parents and his roots back in d'Abruzzo, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo in Italy. So, wow, this wine is absolutely. I don't know if you can see that, but the depth, dark, inky. This is like almost like, yeah, it is like Bordeaux in a glass. Very old world style. Estate grown. Everything is estate grown now. The only thing was not estate grown and it's just neighbor grown, but farmed by Sal. It's the very first release. Oops, this way, of the Gewürztraminer. Not available on the market, not available anywhere. Only wine club members at D'Angelo get access to that. And Carl's Wine Club. There was a special release for Carl's Wine Club as well. And funny enough, I asked Sal yesterday, how many wine club members do you have? He said, I don't fucking know. I said, what do you mean? He said, I don't know that. I don't go in there pointing the tasting room. My office is over there pointing the vineyard. My office is the lake, my farm, and the vines. That's where I work. It's as less possible I can go in the tasting room, better it is for everybody. I was laughing. I just could picture that old Italian guy, like that. He doesn't want to go with this. He doesn't want to have anything to do with the sales. He wants to farm grapes. That's his passion. That's what he does. So one of his neighbors were turning an orchard, like his extra neighbor had an orchard, and he was just like picking out all of the apple grapes, and wanted to plant some grapes, and asked Sal his help for all of the thing. But he had a little plot of Gewürztraminer. So Sal said, okay, I'm gonna help you transform that apple orchard into a vineyard. I'm gonna help you do that. But that little plot of Gewürztraminer here, can I have access to it? And he said, yeah, absolutely. He said, I'm going to lease it for you, but I am farming. So now he's farming that little 1.5 acre in his neighbor. So like he said, when he makes some wines, no one else but him touched the vineyard, because everything started. Quality is grown. That's words from Sal D'Angelo. Quality is grown. So he doesn't trust no one else to grow grape, to touch the vines at any point. If he doesn't farm the land, he doesn't touch the grape. So this is his philosophy. So he got from his neighbor a 1.5 hectares of Gewürztraminer from the bench right next door to his neighbor's property. So he leases that, but he farms it. So I cannot call it estate grown, but neighbor estate grown, farmed by himself. So first release of the Gewürztraminer, dry Italian style, like a little bit, like just a tiny little bit of residual, but beautiful acidity, lychee, refreshing, great with food. We really, really, really enjoyed that little Gewürztraminer, Mira and I. What a great hit for the first release. So we have that in the pack. Also, the Rosalina rosé non-vintage. So he used different base wine from usually 2 years prior, mostly Merlot, touch of other thing in, but it's a total Italian secret. Slight residual on this one. Easy, fresh, like a table wine rosé style, Italian way again. So like I enjoy. I give it a 89 points. It's a nice little rosé. So that's the white and the red, and the white and the rosé for the pack. Now moving on to red. So Sal grows 7 different type of grapes. He grows the 5 Bordeaux grapes that are Merlot, Cap Franc, Cap Sauv, Malbec, Petit Verdot. That's the 5 Bordeaux grapes. So he has these 5 planted on his farm. Also, he has Pinot Noir and Tempranillo. So that's what he has farming, growing on his land. So moving on to the first red, it's the non-vintage Vino di Casa. So it's really, really typically Italian. That's the table wine. Wow, that Mira and I enjoyed that wine. Wow, that we enjoyed it. It's fresh, it's bright, it's the little grippy tannin. There's a blueberry jam in there. So it's the 7 grapes, the 7 red grapes on his estate, the 5 Bordeaux grape, including on top of it, he throws some Tempranillo. He throws also some Pinot Noir in there. He calls it is minestrone. And I would take it as in a good sense, like when Mama, Italian Mama's cooking the leftover from they make that minestrone soup. Well, that sells minestrone wine. But like he said to me yesterday, if people think cooking leftover together is a bad thing, I call it insanity. Because for us, for me, I grow and I take care of every single vines in here. And if people say that my leftover are not good, but they can go buy wine somewhere else. So this is something that he consider is the table wine. There's 3 base wine, 3 base vintage in there, and he put some different juice in there. So I loved it. I gave it a 92 points myself when I tasted it. I tasted it again this week. I just like how it's easygoing, but it's not the light wine. It's a medium plus body. There's a grip in there. There's some old world characteristic in there as well, meaning that there's tobacco, licorice. There's a good grip as well for a nice table wine. If you like, if you have in your cellar and you like international wine and you like just Tuscan wine, you like super Venetian wines. So what I mean by that, but in Veneto, where they do Amarone and Ripasso and Valpolicella and all of these kind, they do a super Venetian. Usually it's Merlot blend, Merlot Cap Franc. They try to do a Bordeaux blend from Veneto. They call it a super Venetian. And I got a little bit of a super Venetian in that Vino di Casa. So yeah, beautiful structure, bright and fresh. So I really, really, really enjoyed that beer because the price point, $23 tax in. For me, clearly a 92 points, nothing less because it's just such a versatile wine. Charcuterie, bang on. Barbecue, bang on. Like a lot of meat. It doesn't need to be a big steak. Yes, it will sustain a steak, no problem, but will not destroy lighter type of food. So really versatile, very well made. So yeah, that's the Vino di Casa, 23 bucks. I like, and again, we spent some time there yesterday and we tasted it. I tasted it twice this week. And again, I was like, wow, it can definitely be a home and a house wine in the Boucher household because like, yeah, it's so versatile. And Mike just mentioned it, tomato-based pasta. Absolutely. My strategy, I run restaurants for 25 years. I run Five Diamond restaurant. I was doing pairing, like wine and food pairing sometimes for 12-course dinner. And often people were asking me, what is your strategy when it's time to food and wine, like to pair food and wine? And my answer always been, my first instinct, it's always to go back to regional pairing. And what I mean by regional pairing, I mean where the wine comes from and what kind of food originally or classically what they do in this specific region. For instance, Tuscan wine. What goes well with Tuscan wines? Napolitan pizza, pasta with tomato, and Parmesan cheese, or What goes well with Barolos? Truffle. Why? Because truffle grows originally from the Barolo region. So Nebbiolo and truffle, natural match. Let's go to the Rhone Valley. Foie gras with Viognier, with Chateauneuf du Pape. Oh, like the classic of each region to me is which kind of wine they produce for years and years, and which kind of food they. So you just nailed it. Like tomato-based pasta. Absolutely. He was born and raised. He was born in the Abruzzo. So yeah, pasta, tomato-based, olive-based, puttanesca type of pasta as well. Ratatouille kind of style, you know? So yes, absolutely. Vino di casa, perfect with that kind of meal. So that's yeah, like I said, $23.92. Like, and always like, don't forget, if you feel like mix and match your order, it's always available. Unless we have a special pack verticals. Like with a vertical, obviously we offer a vertical because it's the mix and match is a little different here. Like you can add extra wine, but you cannot substitute because the whole purpose is to vertical to have every single vintage. But usually 90% of the time with what we do, you can mix and match. So if you're not a rosé drinker, you want to throw an extra vino di casa here in there. Oh, it's up to you, and the price is right. The wine is very versatile. Now we're moving on to the big boys, and we're moving on to a library release. And before I describe, because I have here in my glass the vino, the Sette Coppa 2014. So when I just like at the beginning of our conversation yesterday at the farm with Sal, introduced, we met a couple times before, but always like, you know, he sees a lot of people. So I introduce myself, you walk by, and he walks toward me and say, "Hi Sal, remember me? I'm Carl." So, "Oh yeah, I remember you." So we started briefly to talk about the club, and I said, "By the way, I have to thank you to allow us to have a library release with the 2014 Vino di Casa, the Sette Coppa." And his answer is like, "Yeah, you're lucky that you talked to my daughter first, because if it was only me, you'll never have access to that wine." And he started to laugh. And I thought it was just so typical of his personality. And he just tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You know what, we're happy. We like your club, and we love what you do, the way you talk about wine, and that's why we trust you with our library release." But it was pretty funny the way he just said, "Yeah, because you feel like you talk with my daughter. If it was just me, I keep that here." And he wanted to settle it for another extra 2 years, just to release it in 2020, between 2023 and 2025 was his goal. But he said it was worth it to offer Carl's Wine Club some of these beautiful older wine. Sal always hold on to 3 years for his Sette Coppa before release. So now 2017 was the one was just released, I would say, probably like in September last year. So here, now it's time. Okay, I opened that. I did a quick little video around 3:30 this afternoon, posted it when I was decanting it, and when I popped the cork here, really dark, really dark, like deep purple, and right away out of the gate, the nose was really like pencil lead. It was not a fruit bomb, definitely not. It was all more on dirt, pencil lead, minerality, licorice, tobacco. I got a big whiff of Bordeaux, to be honest. That's exactly what came out of my glass. It was definitely not the typical New World heritage. It was at the opposite, Old World. I had a sip at the beginning. It was tannin. The tannin were aggressive, but not in a bad way. It was not like ripping my face off, but it was a drier tannin, older style, really dark fruit in the mouth, lots of tobacco. It was chewy, really chewy. So what I did right away, I put it in the decanter. So now it's what, 5:45 here my time. So it's been in the decanter for 2 hours now. It's been in that glass for 2 hours as well. So it's time to taste it because this wine in 2018 won gold medal at the Okanagan Wine Championship. So now, 3 years later, it's my time. It's Carl's Wine Club time to taste it and review it. And I will post my tasting notes later tonight. So here, now I'm tasting live the 2014 D'Angelo Estate Sette Coppa. So to give you the full on review on the nose, it's still just like at the beginning, really old world, graphite, dark fruit, the pencil lead. That's what comes out to me. Yeah, like really, really cassis, black currant. On the palate, really out of the gate, this is that Bordeaux style. It is really, really old world. Not aggressive. It doesn't jump, bite you right away, but slowly pull you. And lots of tobacco, chewy, dark fruit. I would say kind of stewed raspberry maybe, but mostly cassis, blackcurrant. There might have a little bit of savory notes as well, but I get more of the licorice. It's fairly dominant in the mid palate. The chew tobacco, it kind of feeling like I feel like it's pulling my cheeks inside. Really, really old world. There's still the tannin are softened up. The tannin are getting rounder and rounder on the back palate. The spice, a little bit of cloves, cinnamon, the Chinese five spice are coming through at the end. A little bit of a forest floor on the nose as well, just a little bit. So what I like in there is the difference of style that I'm used to. There's also a freshness here that 2014 I don't expect right of the gate from a 2014. There's a bright acidity. There's also a tartness, a cherry pip tartness that to me, it's never a fault. It's not a fault in the wine. It's just a style. It helped me to put my mouth in the mood for the tannin. So they start with that little tartness in the mid palate where you get a little bit of cranberry mixed with that tobacco leaves, tobacco, to chew. I played baseball for a long time, so I kind of got sometime I connect the tannin, the opening when the tannin start to grip you, that tobacco chew. And again, for me, it's not at all a fault. It's just a quality of the wine, depending on which style you go. And this is truly an older world style that you don't find a whole lot outside of Bordeaux. Some of the region of Italy, definitely, that you get like that grippy, chewy tannin. You can also get that from the Rioja, a little different though. the flavor profiles are different, but when I'm talking about that aspect of the chewy tannin and the length is great. The finish is long. The finish, like move on from the tobacco, a little bit of espresso coffee, a little bit of cloves and these kind of spice, a light pepper as well. So it makes it a very nice long experience. And again, to me, it's the change of pace of what I'm usually tasting from BC, who are a little bit more on spice, purely spice and fruit forward. This is backward for the new world, but exactly in the same synchronicity of what the old world comes from to finish. So yeah, literally old world style, and there's no doubt about that. It's not a high alcohol. The 17 is higher in alcohol. Here we're below 15. We're at 14.5. So the blend is 27% Merlot, 27% Cab Franc, 22% Cab Sauv, 13% Malbec, and the 11% of Petit Verdot. There's a very rich percentage of Petit Verdot in here. And when I'm coming back with the tobacco, I can see that when you combine the healthy Cab Sauv, the healthy, like there's almost 40% of Cab Sauv and Petit Verdot combined together in that blend. So that's taking a large part of the back palate, but also the pencilette of the Cabernet Sauvignon, and also what can be bring by the Petit Verdot sometimes at the front on the nose. So there's a very strong Cab Sauv Petit Verdot exposure, Cab Sauv Petit Verdot aspect in that wine. We don't find that often in BC. Often, like the percentage are smaller of Cab Sauv and Petit Verdot, but very very healthy component here in that 2014 vintage. I cannot get rid of that pencilette graphite here on the nose, and that's why it's always so take me to the older world. If you need a change of pace of your new world cellar that you have, mostly fruity, you want to go with that. It's going to be such a good addition, such a good change of pace, different perspective, different aspect, and totally different mouthfeel. There's also a nice creaminess right now coming through. This wine is in a really, really good space right now. This wine is shining. 2014, 7 years old. I give that wine another 10 years. No doubt in my mind that wine can last until 2030. No doubt. I'm not saying that it's going to prime in 2030, depending on which style of wine drinker you are, depending on what's your preference. I would say if you like them on the tertiary aromas, when you get a little bit more of the burnt toast, caramel, sweeter tannin, well, that bright acidity will change through, like in the next 5 years. I would say it's going to start to turn into more of the tertiary aromas. For me, between 2028 and 2030, I think, yeah, 2030 is pretty much the maximum that I will give to that wine. But there's a lot of room again still in front of it. So, and to expand its flavor profile. And yeah, I see some great things. It's a 92 points in my book. And there's a few main reasons for that. It's the approach, the older world approach. It takes me more on my beginning of my career when I was tasting and reviewing a lot of older world type of wine. So that's where I connect with that. I feel the emotion in that wine. I feel the terroir. I feel the dirt. It's more a wine who describe the sights than the grapes, you know? So, but no, I can't say that because I truly think that the Cap Sauv and the Petit Verdot shines in that wine. So, hey, look who's here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest here tuning in. How's it going, Mira?
I'm back. Good. How are you?
Yeah, where are you at?
In the car.
Well, I know that. Whereabouts?
In West Kelowna, in the car. Anyway, I thought I'd pull over because we're gonna do this little draw in a minute, and I can pull that off while I'm on the side of the road. So
okay, well that's interesting. So now
I've been listening. I am dying to taste that now that I'm, I don't know, 10 minutes away from home. So that's awesome.
That's how Carl's Wine Club do thing. The owner is putting over with 4 kids in the car to do our weekly draw. It is absolutely, when we talk about authenticity, this is what it is. Mira Boucher, tip of the hat to you.
Thank you. Well, you too. Yeah, Mike's saying now maybe we can tell Carl to turn on the Wi-Fi on his phone. Yeah, so you might want to do that. You might get disconnected. But that's okay. You can come back and I can do the draw. So excited to hear that
so just 1 second here.
That you enjoyed the Sette Coppa. I wanted to show you guys this, which is I think Carl talked earlier about how Sal D'Angelo is planting more grapes because they sell out early now too often, and that's the site there for the new grapes, right overlooking the lake. And you see the picnic tables there. It's because Penticton did something called Picnicton, and they were a part of it. So basically a ton of wineries and local restaurants, they put out picnic tables. Anyone could go and have a picnic there. You can bring your own food, whatever. And if you went, they would also give you fun things like a free beach ball and some other stuff. So that was Picnicton for Penticton. And it was actually a really fun COVID initiative that got them to, people out of the house and out in the community. So that was Picnicton, which was kind of cool. And I thought this was also another neat thing at the winery. Some of the newspaper articles from when Sal was Grape King. And you'll see one there. It says, "Hail first non-Niagara Grape King." Because everyone thought he was crazy when he started a winery in Essex County in Ontario. And now I think there's at least 30 wineries in that area. But he was the first, and he got the Grape King to, as a way to crown his passion for, I think, over almost 20 years when he got this Grape King award here, right? So good. Well, Carl Boucher, you're back with Wi-Fi?
I know. So what I did, because I was on Wi-Fi, so I'm experimenting here. I went on data.
Oh, good for you. Okay. Well, I think it's better. I think you look better.
Do I?
Yeah.
It's great to know now after 56 minutes of live show. Should I know me? Thanks, Mike. Next time, can you tell me earlier?
He did. We were joking how you were a bit impressionistic today, but
that's so weird. I don't have. Thank you, Daryl.
Susan Whelan with Sal. So who's Susan Whelan? Should I know this?
Hey?
Who's Susan Whelan? Should we know this, Mike? Tell us who she is, because I obviously don't know the Ontario wine scene well enough. Or maybe that's a governor general.
Oh, an MP. No, she's an
MP. Okay.
She's an MP. So that's what we have here.
Oh, we've lost you again. Okay, well, here we go. Are you back? Yeah, let's do the draw for the candle. You there?
Someone's calling you.
Candle. Okay, here we go. Terrible. It's been a hell of a day. Here we are. Fun. So, yeah, there's this local lady that takes wineries, their wine bottles, cuts them down, sands them so they don't cut your fingers, and puts really nice candles into them. So we thought this is pretty cool. Since we're not allowed to legally give away wine draws, we're doing winery swag. So let's see who wins. Marilyn.
There you go, Marilyn Sanborn. There you go. Can you guys hear me now?
Congrats, Marilyn. I can hear you.
Okay, well, so
that's great. So those are all the people that bought a pack this week or left a comment. So special thanks to Mike, the Average Wine Enthusiast on YouTube, to Gail and to Daryl for all your awesome engagement tonight. It's been so fun chatting with you guys. And Carl, do you have other things you want to mention?
Yeah. There's a few other things. So you have time to get home by the time I'm going to finish here. I want to talk about Black Market Wine Company. I want to talk about Bellaterra. And I want to talk about Pearl Morissette. So there's a few more things here that I need. Wow. That I would like to talk about. But before that, I haven't had the chance to talk about the Tardiva, because we've been talking about all of the wine, and I did not talk about the 500 mils of late harvest Viognier, because the one white that Sal estate grown, it was one of the first grapes that he planted in his vineyard. It's Viognier. He absolutely loves working with Viognier, and he does that late harvest Viognier here. It's called Tardiva. It's a $16 dessert wine, but not too sweet. It's not that heavy sweet thing. There's a bright, beautiful acidity. It was perfect with creme brulee, like lemon meringue pie, like even with like chocolate brownies or anything like that. First time we tasted that, Mira and we were looking at each other like, whoa, this is sexy juice. So it was really, really, really good. I rated it 91 points when I tasted that a couple months ago. I like 2017 vintage. This has 10 years of age in front of it. Beautiful, versatile dessert, but also really good with spicy charcuterie. Capicola, any dry meat, this cuts through it. So very versatile, European style, but very, very, very well done. So I like that. It's part of the pack. Again, if you want to mix and match, you want to add a few more of that. We had people having like 6 bottles of the Tardiva on their order this week. So very cool add-on if you want to diversify your different style of wine that you have at home. So really, really interesting, really good. Mira, do you recall tasting the Tardiva?
I do. It was so yummy.
Yeah, it is. So,
and I know it's only 500 mils, but it always strikes me when something's $16, including tax.
Yeah, tax in.
For wine.
Another thing about that pack, and I like it's the shipping rate, right? Free Alberta, free BC, and only $15 to get it across the country. So for Ontario people who wants to reconnect with what Sal D'Angelo does in BC, in a very established farm now, because it's 15 years old, and his farms absolutely, the fruits are absolutely shining now. It's the golden age of Sal D'Angelo's farm here in BC. And like he said, he's never made as good. Like his wines are like at the best that he can make, and he's just looking forward every year to make better and better wine, because his terroir, his vines are getting older and so good. So that's what we have here this week. And I just wanted quickly to talk about the Black Market 3-way pack that with the Syrah three ways. Last week we sent a flash offer, and we had a little glitch on our order sheet. Somehow by Sunday morning it calls us sold out, and no one could order. So we still have 12 3-packs available, and there's a few magnums. It's not sold out. I don't know. We have 36-pack and everything's stuck at 24 meets maybe. My bad when I build the back end, because I do that all the time, right? So
it was my fault. Carl doesn't
not
know.
your fault. It's never your fault, Mira. You're doing, and there's just a weird glitch. And just so you know, Black Market is doing a three. We have put together with Rob at Black Market a Syrah three-way pack: a regular Syrah, a Syrah Rosé, and a Syrah Pet Nat traditional method. So, did I hear this is?
Look, Carl, if you move your head a little bit, we can all fit.
Oh, so here. There you go.
All the wines.
That's what we have
All the
here.
great wines.
Yeah, the Pet Nat, it's absolutely revolutionizing the business, the wine business right now.
So the
100.
Pet Nat is the one with the luggage tag on it.
Yeah, the nothing to declare, and it's just so much fun, that branding here with Black Market. The nothing to declare. Michelle, Rob's wife, who owns the winery with him, she is a fly attendant. So this, if you look at it, it's a luggage tag, and also it's the border form that you have as a label, and also it tags with nothing to declare, because there's nothing added to the wine. It's 100% natural. So look at the rosé. Both wines are 2020. So 100% Syrah. You starting to press for the rosé. The run juice went into the rosé, and when you went half of it, you press the grapes and the leftover, and boom, it gets a little darker, and you leave that open with the wild yeast, and here you go. You do a pétillant naturel, so a natural sparkling with nothing, no commercial yeast, no sulfur, no protection. It's just put the lid on. It's just absolutely crazy. It is so good, so fresh. Keep in mind, it's made with Syrah Rosé, Syrah Pet Nat, and also with Rob is becoming more and more as a Syrah wizard, and he's well known now throughout the BC wine industry as a very, very, very good Syrah winemaker. Thanks for giving me some space here. I felt like if I was squished in the corner.
I know, all the wine. In front here, behind, there's wines everywhere. Yeah, it's amazing stuff. Really special. I think, Carl keeps saying, if we're going to be known for something as Canadians internationally, it's going to be our Syrah from the West Coast. We got to discover, what is that going to be for the East Coast? Because I think Canada has such diversity. We're going to be known for more than one grape. But Syrah, everything we've tasted from the South Okanagan has been amazing. Hey, Carl, I better go. Get back to our kids here.
Perfect.
Hope everyone has a great night. Cheers.
Thank you, Mira. We're just going to finish here, and we'll see you soon. So, so we still have 12 3-packs available. The link has been fixed. So if you want to get, and there's also for people from Western Canada who's listening to us, or from the Okanagan, from BC, there's the option to pick up at the winery. And on July 17, Mira and I, Carl's Wine Club, is doing a tasting room takeover at Black Market. So what's that mean? That's mean Michelle and Rob are not going to work the tasting room. They're going to be in the backyard speaking and chatting with the guests. And Mira and I, Carl's Wine Club, are going to work the tasting room. So July 17, that's what's happening. It is super fun. So if you want, you come to see us at Black Market in Caledon. So for people who are not familiar, Caledon, it's, let's say, between Penticton and Oliver, right down the middle, just before Okanagan Falls. So yeah, Mira and I are taking over the tasting room at Black Market Wine Company on July 17th from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. So if you ever want, because if you don't look for Omerta, the Rosé, the Syrah Rosé, or for the Petnat, they're sold out. So what we had is when they release their wine, they save 36 bottles of each just for a special pack for Carl's Wine Club. And like 17 and a half cases of the Syrah Nothing to Declare Petit Naturel was made this year. So yes, Mike, generous for that day. Absolutely. Well, you and me are going we are going to Black Market together when you're here. So I can't wait for you to meet with Rob and Michelle. So and we're gonna make sure that you taste the new Bacchus that he just released and the new Secret Society, and he has some pretty good syndicate as well. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do with you, Mike, when you're around. And also, just a few words here before we are moving on. I just read today that Hidden Bench just won an incredible international award, Best of Show, at the Decanter World Award competition. It was released this morning that they won with their single vineyard Chardonnay, Best of Show. This is an incredible news for the Ontario wine industry. Hidden Bench from the Beamsville Bench sub-region of Niagara. I think it's a sub-region of Niagara Escarpment, the Beamsville Bench. So Hidden Bench with a single vineyard Chardonnay 2018 vintage just won Best of Show at the Decanter World Award show. So one of the top show in the world, Best of Show. So that's mean a lot. So yeah, I know, Daryl. You mentioned that to me last week, and this week we got that release. I was just about to text you after the show to tell you the news, but yeah, it is an amazing news. So let's see if we can get some of that stuff. Because speaking about rare wine and top-notch Chardonnay, Monday, we're not doing a regular offer next week, but we have a little, very small amount of a small vertical of Pearl Morissette Chardonnay. Remember how much we love the Pearl Morissette Cuvée 19e Chardonnay that we've done in April? I rated it 96 point at that time. I retasted it. I review it again, and I explain everyone that how I just couldn't give it the real score that I wanted. I was afraid that people will think that I was giving out too many points, but to me, it's a 98 points. So anyway, I've been in touch with Pearl Morissette. Monday, we're offering 24 mini vertical of Cuvée 19e Chardonnay, the 2017, the 2016, 2017, and 2018. 18, it's still in the cellar, has never been out of the winery. It's going to be the first time ever that the 18 goes out. The 16 was already put down in the library. So they gave us a very small amount, and we're also going to offer a Magnum in the engraved box of a Magnum of the Va-et-Vient Meritage from Pearl Morissette. So a small collector offer from Pearl Morissette coming your way on Monday morning. Maybe Sunday night, all depend on Mira and I feel. But yeah, so Pearl Morissette is coming your way early next week. And also what we're working about next week is the new summer pack with Bellaterra. We had great success with our rosé pack, but unfortunately now they are sold out of the 19 vintage. So we're looking for not a promotion, but a new offer with Bellaterra. Few reasons why. They're one of the only ones to offer free shipping across the country. We know that our members love it. So many people across the club ordered some Bellaterra on view. So we want to offer more from them because we trust what they have. Their Chardonnays are off the chart. I have not tasted the Riesling. This is the wild ferment Riesling. I've heard some incredible reviews right now about this wine. Their Fumé Blanc is off the chart. So we're building a summer pack that we're going to release next week. It will be offered to all of our new members, but also a one-time offer for our existing members. So that's coming your way next week. I just talked to Black Hills this afternoon. We just secure a small amount of 6-pack of 2019 Nota Bene. 6 bottle of the Nota Bene 19, brand new release. I just got my bottle for review. I will do it live early August. I'm also the special guest for their official party on the 17th of July. So that's coming your way soon. And we're going to offer a very small amount of the 2019 Nota Bene, 95, 96 points. These are the top collectible in the country. So that's coming your way as well very, very soon. So recap, no regular offer next week. We are getting into gear to talk about Coursolette in 2 weeks. A rock star upcoming wineries out of the Similkameen Valley coming your way in 2 weeks. But on Monday, collector, small amount of mini vertical Pearl Mauriset. This week, ending tomorrow night, we have D'Angelo Estate Winery, a beautiful 6-bottle feature, including library release 2014 Sette Coppa that I just rated 92 points. Super old world. We also have first release ever of Gewürztraminer from them, a bottle rosé, Viognier late harvest, and a table wine, non-vintage, Vino di Casa, 7 different grapes there, 92 points, Carl's Wine Club. So yeah, that's what we're doing with D'Angelo. $15 shipping only for Quebec and Ontario. Sal's wants to get his wine back east. He believes that people can reconnect with what he does here in BC because he's originally from Ontario. So lots of good thing going on. We don't stop. We are going to visit this weekend Checkmate, Phantom Creek with some members, Desert Hills. We're going to go east. We're going to go to Kelowna as well, to Summerhill, Mount Boucherie, maybe Rollingdale is on my list. So we never stop. Some more stuff coming your way. And thank you. Congratulations to Marilyn Sanborn to win our candles. And for everyone else, Mike LaPlante, I'm looking forward to see you soon, my friend. Daryl Hickey, thank you for all of your input. Thank you very much for your consistently sending us information about the Ontario wine business. I trust you. I know that your ears are on the ground and keeping us posted. We greatly appreciate your contribution. And Gail, thanks for being involved all night tonight. Hopefully, you guys learn about Sal D'Angelo and D'Angelo Estate Winery. Beautiful, small, family-owned, passionate about the farm, about farming, about grapes. So that's what we're offering until tomorrow night. So, Canadian wine lovers, Carl's Wine Club members, we are here for you with the club and can't wait to see you very soon. Bye.